Alright. So this is gonna be like a crappy video. It's really long too. But this is basically just a base build. It's just a base build and rest console. It's really just for me to remember it, but I was like, whatever, I'll just put it on my YouTube just in case if anybody else wanted to use it. It's really the base build's called Shelly, just because it was planned out to be 2 shells. In this video, it's literally just me building on last day of wipe, basically like 2 days before wipe. So this is my first time doing anything like this, so it's like kind of garbage. It is really garbage actually, because it's my first time, but because I don't have build server, I didn't get pre-order the thing or whatever. But yeah, it was supposed to end up being like 2 shells, but then like the shell ended up being like, I don't know, it ended up being weird, but it was like, oh, I mean, it's pretty cool. I have no clue about the upkeep or anything like that, really. I really just built it all out of twig. I do not have a thumbnail for this video. I don't know if there would be a thumbnail for this video. I don't know why I'm upgrading stuff. I really just left it all in because I didn't want to leave anything out. Because if I accidentally left something out, then like I would have had to clip it in and out, and it would have been a lot of work. But it was really just for me to remember something. It's really the only reason why I have this on here, so that way I can build it next wipe. I'm probably gonna be making a lot of modifications to it, as you'll see later on. Like, it's like really like scuffed and stuff like that up against the wall. It'll be fixed if I find a flat area, but it's just a full circular base, so yeah, just don't even worry about this. Yeah, this is really long, so just skip through the parts. I don't know, I'll probably maybe put them in the description, maybe where like you should go to have like not have to watch all this. But this is just me messing up and stuff like that. This is me just spitballing ideas of what I was gonna do. I really didn't know what I was gonna do. Like that TC right there, I ended up destroying that, and I ended up getting stuck and stuff like that, and just for a while. So we're gonna be here for like a long time. But yeah, it's really just I think 6 triangles just around in a circle, and then don't worry about any of this. I was gonna try to make it a square that doesn't end up changing. So basically, the starter of that, it basically will just be the 6 squares. That's the starter. And then as the next part, you'll add these 2 wall frames. You'll just put double doors in them. These don't change. The wall frames and the windows won't change. I'll always keep them right there. But actually no, the windows will go. Actually, sorry, my mistake. Sorry. They will go. End up destroying them later on, I'm pretty sure. If not, anyway, like either way though, like if you guys are just looking for like loot room, this base it has a lot of loot room, and it's 2 walls to each loot room. Depending on what you do, which usually my team, we farm a lot of metal, so we'll end up making like over half maybe the whole base sheet metal by maybe like a quarter through the wipe, and that's like not doing raids, it's just farming. So this jump up right here, I don't know what I was doing. I was like, I was gonna put a jump up right here, but then I didn't. I ended up not doing that because I was just like, oh, that won't leave me with any space, and also making a lot of another way to get down here. So I ended up making that triangle to, like, as soon as you walk through the door to the left, that triangle to the left, I just make it go all the way around, and it just ends up being the same thing right here. Yeah, this is where I destroyed this. I trapped myself for a little bit, so just don't worry about this part either. I do not know what I was doing, and I was like, oh wait, I don't have a TC down, I can't demolish it, I'm stuck down here. But then I was like, oh wait, maybe I can build, and I was able to right here. And I got out, and I tried to demolish it again, but I kept on forgetting that I had a TC, and I'm just so retarded and clueless of what's going on. So I just ended up like, I was like, whatever, I'm just gonna build it. And I think this is right here where I figured out that I didn't have a TC down. Yeah, I don't know what I was doing, to be honest. Yeah, I was being weird. Again, I was just basically just messing around. I wanted a different base build because everything else that everybody else usually does, like, it's like really weird. Like the base that we're living in, you might be able to see it from later on in the video, but like, it's actually called the Predator. Um, it's a really good. I forgot the creator, the name of it. I don't want to miss any wrong names, but all I know is that it's the Predator. It's a really good base build. Just look up the Predator and go sub to that guy, because that guy, yeah, it's a pretty good base build for a small. It's like for duo trio, and it's like low upkeep, so it's really good. I definitely recommend that base if you're new to base building, because it's really basic. It's a starter 2x1, so definitely go check that guy out. I think he had a few base builds on there. I enjoyed it. Again, our base is really scuffed over here too. We ended up getting raided by B10 on here, which is like, I think like maybe another 8-man. Well, we were 8-man at the time. I think we're 5 now? I don't know. This is where I start to progress a little bit on the base. So this is why I said like that right there was going to be a shell, but I was like, you know what? No, I'm just going to put triangles on top of all of this. So you, like, actually it ends up like the whole entire thing, like I wall all this in right here on top of them. Excuse me. It end up putting walls all around, and then basically really anybody else can do whatever they want to do, but I wanted to make like these like 3 triangle loot rooms that can fit like 6 boxes in them, because I really like them. I think they're really good. But there is another shell that ends up getting added. Don't worry about this. It's super scuffed. It's just another set of triangles all the way around, and then walls going all the way up. The shooting floor, by the way, is not the best. Anybody can change it. I probably will plan on changing it. I can demolish this now. I don't know what I'm doing, but I think I just ended up jumping down and destroying that stone foundation next to it I'd upgraded earlier. Yeah, I was trying to do a little thing right there. I don't know. I just place it back. Just run around back to the base. I did all of this during the night. I'm sorry if the quality's really bad. Again, it really wasn't for anybody else, really. See, as I walk around the base again, that's really just all it is. It's really basic. I don't act like it's even complicated. It didn't take much skill at all. It's just if like anybody was like having trouble thinking of anything, here you go. Like here's something. Yeah, see, I got rid of them windows because the reason I got rid of the windows is because at the time right there I didn't know I was going to be adding another shell, right? Because I was like, this is already scuffed. But then I was like, you know, I'll try it. If you guys are able to find a way to make peaks to be able to go into the shell, let me know in the comments if you're able to get it. Like, just because I would love to do that, get peaks into the shell. I do that with a lot of the bases that I do. I love to have peaks in the shell because if people are breaching your first part of your shell, you can shoot them inside the shooting floor. But unfortunately, I only made like two triangular things. I forget what they're called. Just the triangular floors, like the empty ones. And I was thinking like either putting like a ladder hatch or a floor grill right there. That would work. There's like ends up only like being 2. Again, I plan to make this a lot different. This is just something I threw together just because I wanted to remember the layout, because I literally forget absolutely everything. I did this to make this symmetrical. You don't have to do this. I probably won't do this either because mobility, if you need to get through the base. I end up, you put 2 wall frames right here. I'm at least going to keep one of these. Or you can do ladder hatches, which we might do also. That depends on if you want to get ladder hatches before you progress in the wipe. Like, progress on your base of the wipe. Which might take a little bit longer. Or you could just make them twig and then do ladder hatches later and just keep it as a jump up. But you're also, like, risking, like, if people run in through the first door because there's no airlock on the shell door. If they just run in, they can destroy the twig. You'll have to rebuild it. It won't be that big of a deal, but it's just something that you wouldn't have to deal with. It's basically just whatever you want to do. Also, shout out to my friend Zach. He is the person that came up with the name because we were making fun of the base because it's like supposed like it was like a shell inside of a shell. So he came up with the name Shelly. It was his idea. You see right here, I just wall it all in. I'm really slow. You can like put this on ×2 just to see this. I don't really know what I was doing. I was clueless. Just wall this all again. Well, not wall it, but put a roof, top it off. Remember, you don't have to have 2 of the jump ups. I just decided to do it. I don't know why. I thought it looked cool, symmetrical. It didn't really make a difference. Still kind of weird. That's the base right there. That's our compound right there. It's a good base. I made it a little bit different. I ended up like putting a ladder hatch on the base build, but it's still all his basically. I know it's only 2x1, but I just don't want to act like I came up with all of that because I didn't. This is a look at the base. So basically, like, ignore that other side, but that's what it will look like on the other side. So that's like the shell, basically. I don't know why. I don't really know how to explain it. It's just like that. Let's just call it let's just call it like shell honeycomb, I guess. I was about to wall this in, but then I noticed that's what it was. Yeah, I'm a little bit weird. I do think that there will be a cut here shortly. Because I had to go get materials because I was using a lot of wood. Yeah, you go one more up and then the shooting floor is next. The shooting floor is really bad. It took me a long time for me to even figure out what I was going to do with it. I do kind of like how I put the windows and the things symmetrical on each side. You'll see in a little bit right here. It will basically secure you from the shooting floor. I mean, that's pretty basic. I mean, everybody will know how to do that, I think. But yeah, I just thought it was pretty cool. I don't know why. I think anything that I really do on my own, when you do everything on your own, I just feel a little bit more accomplished when I do everything like that on my own. A lot of mess ups right here. Yeah, I was gonna do that, but I was like, that's not gonna work. I was gonna put a window right here, but I put a wall frame right here, and then I put one on the other side too. I end up making these completely wrong and not the same way, so I end up fixing them in just a second here. I noticed like, oh, that doesn't look right. I was thinking about keeping them like that just because of the way the jump ups were. I was like, I mean, like, that'll work. I guess I might do that. I put 2 walls right there. Like, you put 2 walls, you can seal them off with 2 walls. That's a good idea. But this is what I end up doing right here. I just put them right here instead. I wouldn't do what I did. To be honest with you, I wouldn't do it. I would just do the other way, like I just said, because it's a little bit weird now. It looks kind of... It's all just weird. It's weird a lot here, but... I noticed, like, because I thought I was, like, building a different base online, right? I was like, oh, wait a minute. Why can't I, you know, where, like, it's a little tiny opening, and you can put the door through there, like, the door frame, and then the door, and you open it, and you can't fall through it. I was like, oh, why does this not work? I was like, oh, because... it's not, like, built that way. I was, like, sitting there, like, acting so retarded. I was being really lazy on this. I'm pretty sure there could have been a way to fix it into doing that. But I just didn't. You end up walling all that up to here. And then you go out one more. Again, like I said, there's only like 2 peaks into the shell right there, and those are like ladder hatch things. But yeah, we're coming up on the part where it clips out, so I'm going back to go get materials. Yep, alright, I'm coming back now. Starving to death. So if it starts to get really gray and dark, apologize again. Just practice building though. That's all it is. I attempt to wall it all the way around, and I actually get it, but it's scuffed a little bit, so like I end up raising a foundation and putting a half wall, so it's still just as even as a full wall. Keep that in mind. If you raise a foundation up once like this, and then you put a half wall, it will still be the same height as a real wall, which is really useful if you're doing external disconnectable TCs on some bases and you're not in the right area. Just keep in mind that you can do this. It will save you a lot of trouble instead of just building the base in a different spot. I'm pretty sure this is like stuff that everybody already knows. I do not know why I was being so slow right here. I was trying to get it in there. I really wanted it in there, but it just wouldn't go in. I was looking at it all weird and stuff like that. I don't know what was going on. I end up getting the walls down though. It ends up working basically. It does end up working. That way, like, you can still see what the base will look like, kinda. Obviously, you'll be able to run through this part instead of it just being like that. Here's where I do the half walls. I have no clue why I'm so slow. Next time, I do promise, if people do want an actual like base build, I will work harder and make an actual base build video if that's what people want, because this is actually fun to spitball ideas and then actually make something and create something. I encourage everybody else to do it as well. Don't just go look at other videos, like just be creative with everything, because it's a lot more fun if you guys are creative with everything. I should also warn, if you're going to be building this exact like base and not changing that much about it, I would suggest getting a lot of stuff to make auto turrets. Sorry about the wind, if you guys heard wind there for a minute. Sitting in front of my air conditioner. I would put a bunch of turrets surrounding inside the shell, just because like this base isn't meant for onlines. And also would give you more time to maneuver through the base and figure out what you guys are going to somewhat do to defend this base. But really, I just think that this base is supposed to hold a lot of loot. And you can really just do whatever you want with it. I did this to make it look better. I don't know why. I don't really know what else to say. Like, if you could really make this a base that, like this, the way it already is, like any better. For defending inside the shell or something, besides adding more ladder hatch frames and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure you can shoot through the floor grills. If anybody could remind me in the comments, I really appreciate it, because I do not know if you can shoot through the floor grills. I'm probably going to look that up later, but I saw, actually on that base right there, the Predator, the guy had floor grills and he could shoot through them, but that was on PC, so I don't know if you can shoot through floor grills on console. Also, I probably shouldn't do this, probably a big mistake, but I don't know, nobody probably be that annoying about it. But the name of this server is Sprite5W. If you guys want to join up, the server pop is really low right now because people have been zerging it out, and then the zergs have just been getting off and on. Sprite5W. This the server pop was 40 yesterday, 3 days before wipe. So like, I mean, that's not that bad. But yeah, if you see my name, I'll be nice to you if you're nice to me. Basically, that's about it. If you need tools, and we'll probably be living in this type of a base, so you'll see us. C_bomb1018, Twitch Spade, Blacklings Gaming, and No Life and Chaotic Vanish. That is the name of my team that is probably going to be living with us inside this base that I know at this moment. So if you see any of us, just say hello. I saw the video base that you guys are living in. See the boys are they're looking at it. They're judging it a little bit. I'm just over here continuing to build on it. I feel a bit pressured. It's like, oh, we gotta impress them. As you can see, though, I'm still sitting here like really aggravated that I can't put the wall or the door frames. So I placed them in the shell. I plan to place more. Maybe just, yeah. So I want to get more ladder hatches and stuff like that. So you're gonna have to progress pretty hard to get ladder hatches if you don't have blueprints. So there might be a lot of new people coming to the server of blueprints. We already have all the blueprints. We're basically good on everything. What we were just doing was actually just recycled all of our components. We were just screwing around, as you can see, with the walls and stuff like that. We're really just using up everything today. We don't really got anything left. We had box full boom. We had like 10 C4 and like 3 rows of rockets, and we just used them all, hit a bunch of small bases, shoot them in the air, shoot them at walls, shooting at our own base, just screwing around basically. What I was gonna do here was gonna be like, it was gonna go like triangle, no triangle, triangle, no triangle. And so this is what I was thinking, like triangle, no triangle, and then like when there's no triangle, just place a window frame. It's like a regular window frame in between. It's not going to show it on here because I didn't do it. It was just another idea that I thought, but I didn't do. But it's something that you could do, so it could go in and out. I might do that instead. That's a pretty good idea. This space, I just thought it was good for loot room, to be honest with you. I wanted to, and I also just wanted my own base design at the time. You can see I finished the shell here. I also do not know any answers about upkeep because I have not finished this whole entire base and upgraded it all the way and put any type of deployables down. So I will not know about any of that. If I had to guess, it's probably going to be over 10k stone if you're building it all out of stone. HQM is probably going to be around maybe like 40. If you're just doing the main core right there where that's stone right there, I think that'll probably be about 40 HQM. If depending on how big your group is, I would say that this base should fit no more than maybe 6 people. I think this is maybe like a squad to 6-man group base. And this is like more of like a intermediate beginner type build. As you can see, yep, it's 2 walls. They will all be loot rooms. They'll be nice and protected. You can have turrets in them. So this is basically just a really chunky base. That's going to be a really expensive raid to get to everything, really. Unless if they just blow directly into a loot room, which they probably will. But if you're counting it up, if just the outer shell is stone, which that's 4 rockets right there, right? Not including a compound. I plan to make all the loot room sheet metal. That's another 8 rockets. And without getting TC, which TC will be 16. So 16 plus 8 plus 4. That's how many rockets it will be to be able to full raid. Not full raid, but like get like a decent chunk of everything. Well, actually, never mind. I'm actually incorrect. If the loot room is going to be right above, which I'm pretty sure it is, the loot rooms will actually be a little bit farther out. I think one triangle out farther than the core, but it might be splashed. I'm not sure. Because you'll just see it in the video. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really know. It's all I know was that it's something that's over 16 rockets to fully raid, basically. At least the door path is obviously strong. If it's going to be a 6 triangle base around, I don't know if it's 6 triangles. Please don't just correct me. Don't make fun of me. I'm pretty sure it's 6 triangles. Totally not counting in my head. So what you can do right here in the middle of all these little triangles where I'm placing these wall frames, you can put the empty triangle floors, which can be used as peaks. Or like I said, so like right here, and then the next one right here, like that could be a wall. Just be I mean a window frame. And the roof access will be where Chaotic is standing right there. Those will be like inside there. I made them symmetrical again just because I don't know what's wrong with me. Also, I don't know if these songs are copyrighted. It's literally just share factor on PlayStation. Sorry if you don't like the music. I turned it down to 1 and it's still actually this loud. I turned it down a lot though. It's just something to keep it from being super, super quiet. I just needed to have something in the background at least. Also, other games that I do play on here is GTA. I stream GTA RP, and I play it with viewers, and you're welcome to join whenever you see me streaming it. I'm going to get back into doing that. I messed up a lot on the building here. Then, yeah, you know, eventually my little brain figures out, like, oh, I gotta have a triangle coming off of that first to be able to have enough stability to be able to build that. I put an empty triangular floor here. And then the rest are just, you just fill the rest of them in, and I did make them symmetrical. Again, I know I'm repeating myself. I do end up demolishing it, just so you know. So those will have, all the window frames will have windows in them, reinforced glass windows. And they'll probably have another wall in the jump ups right there, and then garage doors on all 4 of them. And if I'd had to suggest inside the little jump up area right there where the wall frames are, I'd make all of that sheet metal just to start out with. Like make sure you make that roof sheet metal, because if you leave that as stone, those will that will immediately get you into the loot room where the garage doors are. Be careful as you're walking around the shooting floor. There is some little gaps right there that you can fall through. Right now I'm just basically looking at stuff. This destroys the stability. Excuse me. If you break them, so just keep that in mind. Do not upgrade that and then destroy it and think it's okay. You will have to rebuild it again. Yeah, it destroys all that right there. So I put an empty one right here. So so the plan is right here is that you put that. I end up trying to do something stupid again. That doesn't work. Put a half wall Okay. Yeah, I don't know why I kept doing that. That's the only time I've ever done anything like that. So I was going to try and do something like that, but then I remembered, well, I actually ended up doing this a few times, and I demonstrated to my teammate that I couldn't do it, and I was like really mad about it. I was really upset. Because if you did that, like, you would have like a little bit more, a little bit less space for people to shoot at you on the shooting floor. And an idea for me is I think in every single cardinal direction you should have the horizontals, like, you know, the horizontal metal embrasures. Just so like that way it's. I think they're a little bit better sometimes in some areas. That's what I'm trying to say. Because you have a little bit more space to shoot, and you don't have to worry about hitting anything on your right if you're a really bad shot. So really right here, I did this. You'll add a door right there, so that way people can't ladder up to it, and it makes it strong. Or you could just put a floor grill. Do anything you want with it. I was going to demolish this. So that will basically just be the same as the other one. I think, okay, I still end up doing it anyway. But yeah, guys, just go wild on whatever you want to do. You can add another layer of honeycomb onto the shell. You can take away the shell completely. You can just literally just live out of the 6 triangle part of the base, or just build up and just do one shell. I don't know why. I like to have a bunch of walls because I like to make it annoying for raiders because they have to blow through more. But just think about it. If anybody's really going to be raiding you, they're going to get through anyways, because if people are looking at this base and they want to raid it and you already have doors on it, it's like already fully done, and they're coming over here to raid you, they're probably going to end up getting everything. So why not make it as annoying as possible to be able to raid you? These are the loot rooms that I was talking about. I really like these loot rooms because they fit a lot of boxes and you can easily get to all of them. And you can do that on the other side as well. So you can do 3 on one side, and then you can do 1 on the other. I think you can do 3 on one side. I'm not sure, but those will be honeycomb right there. So when you wall them in, make sure them walls are sheet metal, because they probably won't be accessible or something. And they might still be accessible. You might just double check, but I would upgrade them to sheet metal just in case. You never want to be too careful about things, or you never not. What? Bleh, can't speak. You never don't want to be too careful. But yeah, you can add some more things in the shell. But that's basically the build. That's about everything besides the doors. Yeah. Alright guys, have a good night, evening, day.